All right, in this tutorial, I'm going to show you three different types of animation. Um, Technically, I'm showing you two, but one, there's two little variants on. Um, so let me just explain what you have here. I created this little project here, and what I have going on is I created a storyboard. I have three buttons on, and each one, when clicked, I associated an IB action with each of these buttons. If you don't know how to do that, go back and look at one of my older videos. But basically, when we click on each of these, it's going to demonstrate a different type of animation. Let me show you that animation first, and then I'll go back and show you how to implement it. So the sprite animation is when you click on that, it's going to go through a series of images to create some animation. So hit that, and you get this coin tossing up and down. Okay, very basic, but could be powerful. You can, you know, make a character move across the screen or in one position. They make it look like they're running or something. Another one is the scale animation. When you click that, it increases the size. And the other one is position. When you click here, it moves the object across the screen to a different position. Okay, so we have sprite, scale, and position. Let me show you what that looks like in the code. So in the code, we have, I'll first take a look at the sprite animation. Sprite animation, not that complicated. The more complicated thing is coming up with your actual images. If you're creating them from scratch, you have to be pretty good with Photoshop or something like that. There's also some repositories online of different sprite animations you can use. But I have these 14 different images, which I had a file of, and I just grabbed them, dragged them over to the supporting files and dropped them in there. And that allows me to now call them and create an array which holds multiple objects in one variable. And what we do is we use the animated images class to basically, we're going to tell it where on the screen we want this to appear. And then we're going to go through the animation to a specified time, and our duration was 1. The duration is how long it will take to go through the array. This adds the image to the screen. And lastly, we perform the animation. And when it's done, this starts the animation here. And then this here says, calls this method after a 3-second delay. So it keeps on looping through the animation for 3 seconds. That's why you saw the coin go up 3 different times. And then so it calls this stop animation method, and basically all we do in there is say stop animating. We could do more in here, but all we're doing is say stop animating. That's why the image disappeared from the screen. So just to give you a visual one more time, it's sprite 1, 2, 3, gone. Okay. You notice this image view here, that's a class variable right here. Okay. So that's the sprite one. So the scale animation, here's the IB action for that. And all we do is we use this animation with duration method that is pretty handy. So basically this is the duration, okay? Very similar to what we were doing up here. And you have some other options you can use or not use. If you want to set a delay for, goes into this method, then it delays for a certain period of time, then actually does the duration, then it does the animation for this amount of time. You can make it so that you're starting from the image's current view, current state. And then this is the animation that we are specifying. So we're doing a transform, and we're scaling it up. So we're scaling this image up 2.5 times its original size. And then when the animation is complete, we go back and scale it back down. You don't have to do that. You can do whatever you want when it's complete. I just chose to do that. Again, this coin is a class variable that is also of UI image view, and that's the that's this right here, this image right here that we make appear on the screen. And I actually add the image to the screen right here, and the view did load. But I have a video on. I have a video I've posted on actually adding images to the screen programmatically if you don't understand what's going on there. So lastly, I'm going to show you how the position animation is. You do that. This is a really. So this animation is actually almost identical to what we did with the scale animation. We're using the same method here. I just left out a couple of these options. Oh, sorry. Undo. I left out these options here. There's no need for them. We're not really using them. And I just did animated with duration and 5. So it's going to take 5 seconds to complete the animation. And basically it's saying wherever this image happens to be on the screen, it's going to move it to here. So this is where the animation is going to end up. And so that's kind of the bottom right-hand corner. This is the size of the image. We could, if we want, increase the size during the animation. Then when it's complete, I just went ahead and put the coin back where it started. Didn't have to do that, I just did. Okay. All right, so that's all the code. Like I said, I'll put that in the description. I'll have a link to a text file with all this code. Let me know if you have any questions, and like it. And please like the video and subscribe. Thank you.